meaningful way to coordinate people online that really wasn't possible before, or maybe was possible, but was restricted to a singular platform, which I think is always going to be doomed in the long term because I think there's too much bottlenecks sometimes if you try and have everyone on a single platform. I think there's basically DAOs as like a platform agnostic way to coordinate online communities is really fascinating. And so I think a lot of what I'm specifically more interested in lately has been on how to apply that to music and entertainment and the arts, because I think that especially in music, having a like your fan base or your community and all that kind of stuff is the core of any musician's career. You can't really have a viable long-term career without that core fan base of super fans, without those people who actually support you all the time, who want to talk to each other, want to get to know you, want to go to your shows, all that kind of stuff. And DAOs is a way of coordinating them and bringing them together, especially for obviously like the modern online world where everyone is spread all over the world and everything. I think that's super interesting. And so through FWB, through other DAOs I'm in, and some of my other work, I think that's probably the most interesting part of what blockchain can do for music and for entertainment in general. I think it's just about, it's almost like a psychological thing of it, where it's a tool to help people talk or to kind of communicate and coordinate rather than any kind of like financial instrument. Because I think the value is in how it can activate your communities rather than how you can sell NFTs. Like I still love NFTs, I still collect NFTs. I think they're fun, but I think that to go deeper into it, it's really the kind of like how it can support like just I'm trying to think of what the term would be, but just how it can help engage your communities is what's more interesting and I think has a lot more long-term potential than just selling NFTs.
I guess the trust and also like the transparency it offers is really important, the trust layer aspect of it. So you're running Iamsound, co-founder, and then you're doing events at Friends with Benefits. So what's like the intersection in a way? Because it's got a lot of creatives within the Friends with Benefits DAO. So it almost feels like there's some potential partnership going on.
Yeah, I think that's just because like through Iamsound, I still do a lot of like production, doing events, working with artists and things like that. And that's just like a skill at this point that is pretty ingrained into me. And with Friends with Benefits, what I love about it is that it really to me I grew up in a lot of online communities. I love talking to people online, but I'm a very social person. I really meet up with people in real life. I like to have dinners. I like to get drinks with friends, all that kind of stuff. And I think that there's a very key part of that sometimes was missing from the Web3 world because everything was so online. And I think that there's really like a great correlation between that and music because like no matter how much people they love artists and they listen to them and they stream them and they buy their vinyl, all that kind of stuff. You know, all the biggest fans, they still want to go to the shows because they want to experience it live. They want to be able to meet other fans. They want to, there is, no matter what, there's going to be a piece of the pie missing if you don't have like IRL aspects to how you create your communities and how you engage with people. And I think that's something that for me has been like a learning lesson with Friends with Benefits of kind of as we develop how we do events. Like we have a super active Discord server. That's how most people know each other. People chat at all hours and talk all the time. But in the end, getting together and meeting people is one of the most important things. And I think that like for me, it's the balance between like online communication and coordination with the offline stuff, I think is most important because I don't want people to get too lost in, oh yeah, it's all about online, this and that. I think there's value in both of it. And I think that's super important. Like with FWB, we've got a festival. We did our first festival last year in August in California. We had James Blake and Pussy Riot and artists playing, and that was really cool. And it was like a really special, like magical moment. We're going to have our second one this upcoming August as well. And we do a number of pretty large events around like NFT NYC, Miami Art Week, Southwest, all that kind of stuff. I think that as someone who is very constantly online, unfortunately, I think that making sure that the folks who are constantly talking to their online also can see and meet and interact and everything offline, I think is just as valuable. And I really think it showcases, like for me, what I love is that it showcases that Web3 or just like blockchain in general and that technology, it shouldn't be the be all and end all. I love this kind of stuff, but it's not doing it for the sake of it. I think what it really eventually should be is all it does is power something. It's infrastructure.
And I think the thing about our current financial system is